prepare for the coming zombie crisis, the man decisively bought an abandoned prison to use as his doomsday fortress. The man was the head of an anesthesiology department at a hospital. 1 week before the zombie outbreak, he admitted a strange patient. Although the patient's family insisted he had been bitten by a stray dog and infected with rabies, the man knew from over a decade of clinical experience that this was no ordinary illness. Rabies patients don't have cloudy eyes, nor do they remain agitated after 3 doses of sedatives. He remembered news reports circulating online about zombies appearing, which had later been officially debunked. But looking at this strange patient, the man became certain that a terrifying plague was about to break out. So he immediately called his wife, who worked for a construction company. After briefly explaining the situation, he told her to sell their house right away and withdraw all their savings. His wife paused for a few seconds, then agreed. After hanging up, the man forced down his panic, arranged for a nurse to look after the patient, and started frantically searching his phone for a place suitable to build a doomsday shelter. Under these circumstances, even a luxury villa held no interest for him. Just as he was growing anxious, an auction ad popped up. It was for an abandoned prison that had once housed death row inmates, with an extremely high security level. Bidding would start at 5 p.m. that day. The man suddenly realized this was exactly what he needed. He immediately called the seller. By then, his wife had already sold the house quickly at 30% below market value. The man borrowed furiously on lending platforms. In the end, he arrived at the auction house with 20 million yuan and successfully bought the abandoned prison. Signing the contract and making the payment took less than 2 hours. Afterward, the couple rushed to the site to inspect it. The prison was located in a sparsely populated rural area. The walls were made of 30-centimeter thick reinforced concrete. In each of the 4 corners of the yard stood a 3-story watchtower, offering a wide field of view. The tops of the walls had originally been fitted with high-voltage electric wires, which had aged and rusted, but the basic structure was intact. With a little repair, they could be put back into use. His wife pulled a hand-drawn renovation blueprint from her bag, which she had stayed up all night to complete. She had already divided the area into functional zones, including living quarters, a medical area, and a reserved space for planting to solve long-term food supply problems. In addition, she had drawn up plans to reinforce the walls and the main gate and to install new surveillance cameras and searchlights on the watchtowers. All the work could be completed within a week. The man leaned over to look at the clear lines and annotations on the blueprint, and the panic inside him gradually faded away.